Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Blues Fans TV for yet another Premier League match live review by myself. As Chelsea went from another horrible performance, no, that's not the word I was looking for. Went to another horrible performance anyway. We dropped points again. We lost again. We were absolutely diabolical again. The first half was an absolute embarrassment. The second half looked like we didn't even bloody try until Hudson-Odoi came on, and Gilmore, I guess. Honestly, we're just awful. We're just awful. And I know. There will be some fans that are upset with me, annoyed at me, angry at me, that I could even dare to put Lampard out in the title. And honestly, guys, I don't even know. I don't even think Lampard out right now. But I don't know what to think. I'm meant to sit here and come on and talk to you guys, give you my thoughts. I'm honestly speechless at what I've been seeing recently. Because there's all sorts of different thoughts crossing my mind. From excuses for Lampard, from blaming everything on Lampard, to just scrutinizing the players, to words that I'm not even allowed to say on here. Honestly, I'm so baffled at what is going on at this football club at the moment. It's a serious problem. It's a serious problem. Of course, if you're new to Blues Fans TV, first of all of you guys in the chat, we'll get to what you guys put in the chat. If you want to make sure that I see your, comment, be sure to use the super chat function. But if you're new to Blues Fans TV, be sure to subscribe. Drop a like on this live stream if you're somehow enjoying it. If you're an opposition fan, you probably are. And if you're a Chelsea fan, please just cheer me up, please. And, of course, subscribe to my personal channel. The link to that is down in the description below, or if you just type in my name into the YouTube search bar, as you can see on screen. I will do a more in-depth analysis of this game over there tomorrow. So be sure to subscribe. Like I said, link to it is down in the description below. And just quickly before, basically we go into the rest of the video, because I'm honestly not looking forward to talking about this at all. Let me quickly shout out our sponsors. Get Football Manager 21 with a discount of 10% if you use the code BluesFansTV after clicking the link down in the description. And if you want to order any of the new Chelsea kits, any football match, full stop really, make sure you use the other link down in the description below and use our promo code BALLER for a discount at checkout. But that's enough waffle. I see a lot of you guys are upset. I see a lot of you guys are laughing. I see a super chat donation by Harry Gilliam saying Frank is going to go tomorrow, and whoever is coming in, they need to start Abraham and the academy players. Some of our first team is not good enough. I don't know if that's the solution. I honestly, at this point, I don't know what the bloody solution is. All I know is that we're struggling from top to bottom. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter whether it's the 36-year-old Thiago Silva. It doesn't matter whether you're Timo Werner that costs 50 million, or whether you're an academy product like Mason Mount. Everyone struggled today. It doesn't even matter whether you're N'Golo Kante, who's meant to be the best defensive midfielder in the world, and honestly, he's had such a bad performance. I'm honestly sat there saying, can we not start him, please? Because you're just sat there and thinking, honestly, like I said, like Theo just said, without the swearing, Lampard out. I'm not even saying Lampard out, but it's a serious question. The Athletic even just reported that the Chelsea board are seriously considering other options to Frank Lampard. So it is, without a doubt, something that is being considered right now. So whether you like it as a fan or not, it's a possibility, it's a reality that it might be happening. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. Let me, where do I even start? Honestly, guys, where the hell do I even start? That's honestly the questions. Bloody hell, other than that, I'm clearly dying. The questions that I have right now, where on earth do we even bloody start? You go from the beginning, right? And you see the team, and I'm like, I'm actually happy with this team. I saw the lineup, and I'm like, oh yeah, I am happy with this. This is the team I predicted. Not exactly the team I wanted, almost, but not fully. But the team I expected. And I wasn't even displeased with it, because this is the team we started with. Timo Werner up front. Hakim Ziyech started the game. And the rest was as expected, really, other than Mateo Kovacic, I guess, starting over Kai Havertz. But the rest was totally as expected. And we started the game, actually, I don't know whether you want to call it, really well, but it was decent enough. We came out the blocks. We really, really did come out the blocks and did look pretty decent to start with. That lasted for about 15 minutes, and then it just went from bad to worse. Every time Man City attacked us, they looked like scoring. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne missed a one-on-one with Edouard Mendy really early on, and absolutely nothing happened from it. I'm seeing I've missed some super chats. I do apologize, guys. Do apologize. Let me just read those out quickly. Truly Nemo donating £5, really $5. Really appreciate that. Saying, I think I speak for every Arsenal fan when I say don't ever compare Arteta to Lampard. You gave him all the players he wants, and he's just terrible. Well, I can't sit here right now and tell you all of this, all of that. But then again, you were in a similar situation 2 months ago, and look at you now. So if Chelsea don't sack him, we could, find ourselves in good form again, just like you are right now. You better say thank you for that, by the way, because without us, you wouldn't be good form. And Zane also donated £5 saying, Xhaka and Tierney showing it's done. London's is red. Not sure London's red, bro. But hey, appreciate the donation. Really do appreciate the donation. It's just tough. Let me just get the thingy out here quick. The stats, basically. Oh, see, that did happen. Oh, see? Look at that. We have a social media guy now. Didn't have to tweet it myself. Very pleased. But what I was getting at is trying to get the minutes in that we conceded. Like I said, we were decent for 15 minutes. 15 minutes, that was it, though. And here we have a $2 Canadian donation. Please get Lampard out now by Ellie Nadur. Well, we might do. We absolutely might do. But anyways, let me just talk about what happened after the first 15 minutes where we started quite bright. All that happened is a back pass by Manchester City. Somehow the goalkeeper didn't get booked. And a possible penalty for Chelsea, even though when you look at it back, the foul was outside the box. So even if the foul was given, VAR would have said it's not actually a penalty. I don't know whether that's why VAR didn't look at it, because it was 100% a foul, but it was outside the box. So it isn't a penalty. We can't really complain. We really can't. But then in the 18th minute, what happens? Second time really Man City did anything around our box. First time was Kevin De Bruyne missing a sitter. And then a ball's played in from the left, I think from Zinchenko. It might have been De Bruyne, I can't remember. Played over to Phil Foden. Phil Foden squares it again to Ilkay Gundogan. Ilkay Gundogan does a bloody Cruyff turn, makes Thiago Silva look like a right mug, and then puts it into the bottom right corner. Edouard Mendy getting a fingertip on it. I think can, if not should, save it. Not enough for me to be like really harsh on him, but I think can / should save it. And that's 1-0 down. And you could just see in the faces of the players, we were done and dusted at 1-0. We were absolutely done and dusted at 1-0. And let's be honest, us fans, weren't you done and dusted at 1-0? I was. And we have another donation here. £2 donation by Lord James. Not good for Frank. Fan celebrating. It is shocking. I don't know who's celebrating, but I'm certainly not celebrating. But what am I getting at? Yeah, anyways, Gundogan 1-0. And what happens? 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, in the 21st minute, it's 2-0 through Phil Foden. This time Aspie just doesn't know what it means to actually close someone down. De Bruyne crosses the ball after first Zuma makes a mistake, and then Thiago Silva tries to clear the ball. It falls straight to De Bruyne. He crosses it back in. Thiago Silva stops a yard too early, probably could have covered that ball, and then Phil Foden gets the ball and puts it in at the near post. Again, what on earth is Mendy actually doing? Why are you being beaten at the near post? You shouldn't be beaten at the near post. If Kepa was beaten at the near post, people would be slating him to death. I'm not doing that with Edouard Mendy, but I didn't do that with Kepa either. Should be doing better. That's all I'm going to say to it. And we were just all over the place. Nothing was happening from there on. We were just absolutely all over the place, right? We couldn't string a pass together. We couldn't attack. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't do absolutely anything. We couldn't defend. We couldn't pass. It's the same thing that, as always, we have a bit of possession. We keep the ball well between the centre-backs and the midfield. And as soon as we go to the full-backs, we either play it long and lose the ball, or we try to play it short and lose the ball. That's all that is. That's honestly all it is. And then in the 34th minute, to make things worse, after our first and only good moments in the second half, in the first half, after the first 15 minutes, a bit of a 1-2 between Timo Werner and Christian Pulisic, that in the end, I think kind of Pulisic was the kind of bottled it, to be honest, should have shot, didn't. Leads to a counter-attack. And N'Golo Kante is just, bro, NG, what are you doing? He gets the ball completely by himself, tries to pass it on the volley first time, passes it straight to City, and Raheem Sterling is straight through and goal. 1-1 with the keeper. Kante gets back there. Sterling is an absolute mug. How on earth does he not score? Waits and waits and waits, shoots, hits the post, it falls straight to De Bruyne. Kovacic doesn't get the block in. 3-0. 34th minute. For the rest of the first half, nothing happens. Going to the second half, no changes. Nothing. Frank did nothing. But I can't even be that angry. Nah, bro. Difference, Chelsea. This was my predicted 11, not the lineup I wanted. Would it have changed anything? Because the only difference I had was Havertz for Kovacic. No, but I didn't actually want this. I'm just saying I predicted this, right? Anyways, let me just continue. No changes at halftime. And what happens in the second half? Man City turn into, I don't know, us under Conte. They just sit back, bank of 4, bank of 5, waiting until we lost the ball to hit us on a break. Never capitalised on it. Should have scored at least 2 goals in the second half. Man City should. They didn't. But they just defended and we couldn't break them down. Honestly, we set up today to be a counter-attacking team. Man City went so defensive to counter-attack us more than we did, so we had to break someone down again and didn't have a focal point in the middle. We, again, play cross after cross after cross. Let me just get the stats up, actually. How many crosses did we play today? 19! 19 crosses when Timo Werner was our striker. I mean, I bloody love that, don't I? I bloody love that. Love that. Love that. 19 crosses when Timo Werner is our striker. Hey, I said as well, start Timo Werner. But then don't try to be aggressive. Sit back, stop them from scoring, and then hit ourselves to use our pace. Not try to play it out of a sudden. Like, what are you doing, Frank? What is that? It's outrageous. 7 shots on target in the last 7 games. Well, we had 2 today, which is bloody great. I mean, isn't that impressive? 2 shots on target. And one of them was a goal. Do you know what I mean? That was less than we had against Arsenal. Against Arsenal, we apparently had 3. Bloody hell. It's honestly a nightmare. It's shocking from top to bottom. It's honestly shocking from top to bottom. We then make some subs, finally. Hakim Ziyech, of course, not ready to play a full 90. Callum Hudson-Odoi comes on for him. And then the greatest time I've seen all year, Billy Gilmore comes on for N'Golo Kante. I mean, yeah, Billy came on and made a really bad mistake, and we almost conceded the 4-0 at the time. But after that, having Billy Gilmore compared to N'Golo Kante was about 50 million times as good in today's game. Not saying he's a 50 million times a good player, right? Don't misquote me here, right? But boy, was that a difference? Any which way, later on, Havertz comes on for Kovacic as well. And yeah, Werner tries to play a corner, kicks the corner flag. And then we actually score late on. I thought it was Kai Havertz with the assist. It was Mason Mount. You know, good play from the left. I can't remember whether it was Pulisic that played him through or Chilwell that played him through. They wear the same colour boots, mate. What am I meant to do? What am I meant to do? My eyes ain't that good. My eyes really ain't that good. Anyways, cross from the left-hand side. Werner, again, not in a good right position, but Hudson-Odoi was there at the far post, slots it in 3-1. All it is, consolation, right? Let me tell you something. Every single player that started was diabolical. Every single one of them. Even Christian Pulisic, I'm going to say, was diabolical today. Was it Havertz? Was it? Did I change it? Oh, yeah. My app had it wrong because I thought it was Kai. And then my app said it was Mason Mount. And then it absolutely wasn't. I mean, that was bad. But cheers, guys. Did you see how comfortable and confident it was? Yeah, bro. They were so confident. They were absolutely so confident. It was so easy for them. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1,400 people watching. So please be sure to use the super chat function if you actually want me to read your chat. Subscribe to my channel. Please do that. That'd be sick. Link is down in the description below, or you just type in my name, Laurens Vescoli, onto YouTube. I will be doing a more in-depth analysis of this game tomorrow over there. Maybe with Lampard sacked, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. But please subscribe. That'd be sick. But anyways, where I was getting, every single one of them was awful. Mendy should do better for both goals. Thiago Silva gets spun on both of the first goals. Yes, always helped by mistakes previously, but still he didn't look good. Zuma, I can't remember whether he did anything wrong for the first goal. Certainly didn't look good for the second goal and already almost gave away the goal for De Bruyne when De Bruyne missed the 1-on-1. Azpilicueta, he was so narrow. Honestly, Phil Foden had everything. Had every little piece of... Phil Foden had so much space. It's like he was in the bloody Milky Way and not on Earth. That's how much space he had that Azpilicueta gave him. So much space. I've never seen so much any player ever have this much space. Aspi, I don't understand what you're doing, but it's diabolical. And I'm not accepting an as Lampard. I am very critical of Frank, right? Very critical. I can't understand why Aspi's doing that because Reece ain't doing that. So that makes no sense to me. Alex LGR, £2 donation. Appreciate that. Realistically, how long does Lampard have left, mate? I honestly think he might be gone in the morning. I honestly think he might be. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to. I haven't made my mind up. I don't know what I want right now. As stupid as that sounds, because I'm meant to be here and give you my opinion. But I just don't know. I just don't know. Anyways, through the team, Aspi shocking. Chilwell, honestly, poor. Just awful. But can I blame him? The guy gets an injection before the game at halftime to even be able to play. Don't know if that's still the case, but against Arsenal and Man City and Aston Villa, that was the case. N'Golo Kante, as bad as it was against Aston Villa, just this time in his actually better position. Awful. Honestly, diabolical. Kovacic took him 50 seconds to piss me off. 50 seconds it took him to piss me off. We was in a good position. He passes it back. We almost concede from it. Diabolical. Then later on, when we start playing a bit better football in the second half after City obviously didn't care anymore, start doing back heels. Back heels, mate. We're 3-0 down and you're doing back heels. Fuck off. He was doing some good things, right? Dribbling, trying to have a shot or two. The only guy that actually had any chances until we scored. But then still, he was doing back heels at 3-0 down. Like, mate, sort yourself out. You might be doing that at Real Madrid. You're not doing that at Chelsea. Yeah, absolutely not. Not having it. And then Mason Mount. Well, he was diabolical as well. Yeah, Mason Mount is always trying. Yeah, and he will never not try. But he was still awful. Lost the ball way too many times. Gave the ball away way too many times. All the poor passes, all the wrong decisions. Just bad from top to bottom. Honestly, bad from top to bottom. Francis Alexander with a £2 donation saying, if Lampard gets sacked, is the CFC legacy gone? Obviously not. Obviously not. It will take a little bit of a couple minutes, but it absolutely won't tarnish his reputation or, I don't know, his legacy at Chelsea. It absolutely will not. It absolutely will not. But where was I? Christian Pulisic. Now, I am too harsh. He wasn't diabolical. But he also was. He was the only guy that actually tried, which is good, which is great, right? Don't get me wrong. But didn't actually do anything with that. Tried and worked his socks off, was annoyed at himself when he made mistakes. Tried. So I'm not going to be harsh on him. But he was still poor. Hakim Ziyech, well, I'm sorry, G, but you can't just whip and cross after cross after cross into a crowded box if we don't have a tall striker. You need to do a little bit of something else. He was doing a couple of good things, right? He wasn't like awful, but still poor. And Timo Werner, well, guess who told you? Guess who told you that it's not just the position why he's absolutely fucking shite? Guess who told you that was me? Me. And all of you guys in the chat that are giving it large down, Lampard out and this and that. And, Timo Werner is like, out of position. We're giving him all of the bloody excuses in the world. Now, he starts up top. What does he do? He's the guy that's out of fucking position all the time. The amount of times that someone was looking to play a ball down the middle, in the middle, and he wasn't there is absolutely outrageous. He wasn't there. He didn't go the way he was meant to do. No, I could be wrong here, but I don't think a single time did Timo Werner make a run. Not a single time did he make a run for anyone to possibly try and find him. Not a single time. Did I say Timo Wenger? Maybe not. Well, what on earth is he doing? He does nothing. He's awful. I will say his passing was better today, so fair enough. But he definitely weren't good up top, that's for sure. Kante definitely doesn't fit into expensive style of football. I'm sorry, time to offload him. All right, relax. We don't even know what's happening. We don't even know who our next manager is going to be. Whether Frank Lampard's going to stick around. Stop talking about offloading players. Bloody hell. And who else there to talk about? Callum Hudson-Odoi. I love the guy. Comes on, best player again, like it was against Arsenal. Fair play. Fair play to the guy. And Billy Gilmore too. Really good performance. Kai Havertz didn't really see much from him after he came on, but gave an assist. What can I complain about? That's still more than Timo Werner has done in about a month. So, fair enough. Stop saying Lampard out. We won't get top 4 either way. I mean, I don't know. We're not that far off of top 4, so I don't know how you're that sure about it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV. Smash the like button if you want to cheer me up at least a little bit. Even if you're an opposition fans and love to take the piss, at least try to cheer me up a bit. Sorry, thank you, please. And subscribe to my personal channel. Link is down in the description. Just scroll a tiny bit and subscribe. That'd be sick. Thank you. And of course, like I said already, be sure to use the super chat function. Be sure to use the super chat function. But I want to get one other stat up, right? I'm not sure whether it stayed like this for the remainder of the game, but I want to look at it. I want to look at this. Yeah. Well, it was a bit better in the second half, apparently. But in the first half, at some point, we had a 22% dual success rate. And I guess it kind of shows about the first half, doesn't it? 22% dual success rate. Bruv, have you ever seen that about any team ever? No. Everyone was awful. Every single player. And I'm not even going to entertain this whole debate of who should we get in. Whether it's bloody Allegri, absolutely not. Whether it's Nagelsmann, who is at a club. Whether it's Tuchel, whether it's bloody bring back Sarri. Call the guy up, say sorry, and just ask him to come back, please. Because, I mean, I saw a system at least, and I don't see a system out of the cross the ball right now. So that's for sure. And like I said, Nagelsmann actually, has a job, right? We're not just going to get him out of RB Leipzig, are we? Lampard fans are so blind. Well, I don't bloody know whether they're blind. All I know is that, no, we're not getting Antonio Conte. Get in the bin. Get in the bin. I don't want to see that guy again. No. Let him rot at Inter. Let him not win anything at Inter. Let's keep doing that. This team is so dead. See, now I want to talk about something with you guys. Because you know why all of this is annoying me so much and so difficult for me to accept? 2 months ago, 3 months ago, we were the best defense in the league. A bit before that, we had an awful defense. Conceded 3 against West Brom. Conceded 3 against Southampton. Conceded way too many goals everywhere. Then we actually stopped conceding, like full stop. What did we have? Like 7, 8 clean sheets in a row in all competitions? Then, yeah, now and again, a goal here and there. And then the Everton game happens and everything's just destroyed. We lose 3-1 at Arsenal. We lose 3-1 to Man City. We can't beat an Aston Villa. And I know they're in good form, but look at our squad. I don't care whether they're in good form or not. Look at our squad. Look at it. But anyways, how can we go from having the best defense for a while, when we had an awful defense before that, to now having an awful defense again? How does that work? How can it possibly be the manager's fault? And I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here, right? I will have a bit of a better answer on my channel for this tomorrow. But right now, I just don't get it. And also the attack. At the start of the season, acceptable, nothing great, but not too bad, right? And then we get into this flow, especially after the Burnley game. Burnley 3-0, Sheffield United 4-0, Sevilla 4-0, and then we have the Leeds game, and so many brilliant games, and we're sat there so gassed, all of us so gassed. And now, we can't score to save our lives. I mean, yeah, we scored 1, brilliant. I don't really care whether we score in the 92nd minute or not. Doesn't really make a difference to me whether we lose 3-0 or 3-1. Don't really care. But how does this happen? Like, obviously, opponents adapt to what we do, and a lot of it is crossing. But people can't just tell me, oh, it's just Reece James, or it's just Ziyech, or it's just Werner playing out of position, or it's just Werner being out of form. Those things aren't just all the explanation. It doesn't make sense. Something is wrong and something is weird, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, we didn't have a preseason. Well, Timo Werner did. Still, he's the worst player of the lot of them, honestly. Not Pulisic. Ziyech did. I guess he didn't because he got injured then, didn't he? Yeah, no, preseason is a thing. Yeah, we try to play an aggressive style of football that requires a lot of running and energy. And when we don't have that energy, we look really, 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 really bad. I get that. I get those things. But if that is the case, and we don't have the energy anymore to play the football we want to play, and if we play the system we want to play, but don't work in it hard enough, then it doesn't work, then please change the system, Frank. I agree. I believe personally 4-3-3 is the best way of playing football. If you're good, and if you work hard enough, and if you have the footballers to do so. But clearly we don't right now. Because it ain't working. It absolutely ain't working in the slightest. It's diabolical from top to bottom. Everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. And we got worse. I don't know how many points behind this point last season we are. But I know that after, I can't remember how many games it was, but we was a couple of points behind where we were at this point last season. We're 17 games in. We spent £200 million or more than that. And we're worse. I didn't expect us to win the league. And yes, I know we overachieved last season. I know we did. Because I was at the start of last season saying, I think we'll come somewhere between 6th and 8th. And out of nowhere, we came 4th. So that is good, right? But then we did come 4th. Spend all of that money on a creative midfielder, on a goalkeeper, on a striker that is awful on the wing and a striker. And we sit here after 17 games. See, we're not talking 5 games. We're not talking 10 games. And I know because the season started later and the season is so congested, it doesn't seem like the season is long. It doesn't to me. But we're in 2021 right now. This was the first game of the new year. We're 17 games in. And we're worse than last season. How can we justify that? And I'm still not saying this is all Lampard's fault. Because there is many, many factors that are coming in here. There's many factors that are coming in here for why this is happening. But at the end of the day, something needs to change. And either Frank needs to change something drastically and stop starting the same lot every time, Because I don't. How are you taking Kovacic off at Arsenal after 45 minutes because he was that bad? I know you start him again. I don't get it. I totally understand. Oh no, I totally expected Frank to do it. But I don't get why. What is that idea? I mean, someone put it in the chat earlier. I didn't even see it, but someone said Kovacic starts 2 games. We concede 3 goals both times. It really ain't that simple. Of course, he could have done a bit more. But would we have conceded less? Had, for example, Havertz started there? I don't know. I was talking to someone and they said, should have just started Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic. Be defensive. And maybe we should have done at this point. Because if we was more defensive, maybe City would have had to control things. Because other than for 10, 15 minutes in the first half, they didn't control absolutely nothing. All they did was counter-attack. And we allowed it. We're tactically outdone week in, week out. We're tactically outdone by bloody Arteta. We're tactically outdone by Pep Guardiola, which, yeah, fair enough. But last year, we were tactically outdoing them. But Jake, trust the process. Trust the process is well and good. But what process do you see if we're worse than last season? I honestly, a lot of you guys take the piss, and I totally get it, right? Don't we all tune into certain channels when things are going badly? No, I accept the banner. Honestly, I accept it. You have to take it. But I just don't get it. Why is this happening? See, when we were poor on the content, I said 3-5-2 just ain't it. Once teams figured it out, it just ain't it. 3-4-3 the same. Under Sarri, I still thought we should have kept him, but hey, it wasn't to be. And now we have this system, and I like the general idea that we try to play in other than the crosses, right? And it's just not working. It just ain't. It just ain't. Bloody hell. Bring Ten Hag from Ajax. But so many people tell me, bring Ten Hag from Ajax in. Bro, he's Ajax manager. Ajax. That's the Eredivisie. You don't just go from the Eredivisie and go to the Premier League and just be successful. Yes, Ten Hag has been a manager for a while, right? So it's not the same as bringing Lampard in. But it's still bringing a manager in that has no idea about what's going on here. And the same issue almost applies for everybody. I mean, Tuchel is at least now used to dealing with big players. And I guess our biggest players, to be honest, are 3 German-speaking players, realistically. With Kante, but he's so quiet that he's not really our biggest player. But you have Havertz, Werner, and Pulisic. Those are probably our biggest name players, if you will. Maybe Thiago Silva, but he's old, didn't he? So you're just sat there and you're like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether Chelsea are going to sack Frank Lampard. I don't know. Like I said many times already, I don't know whether I'd even want that. But, bro, I'm honestly gobsmacked. We need to improve. I mean, we have a week off now until we play Morecambe in the FA Cup, if that game even happens. I mean, I didn't even mention this. Man City had 6 first-team players missing. 6! Their goalkeeper made his debut, and we had 2 shots on target, and 1 was the goal. Bruv, they were missing Kyle Walker, Gabriel Jesus, and Aguero wasn't fit. They didn't start with a striker. They had, what's his face? Javi Garcia was missing. Laporte is injured. Ake wasn't fully fit, apparently, and someone else was missing. They had Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, and Sterling as their front 3. And Kevin De Bruyne as their front 4. Rodri, by the way, Rodri is what he looks like when you have a player that's a good mix of Jorginho and Kante. Kante ain't it, bro. Kante is it when you try to defend and you have the playmaker next to him. But if you try and make him it ain't going to go well. It just ain't. You know why he's that good for France? Because he's got Pogba next to him. Exactly what Pogba needs Kante and Kante needs Pogba. I'm not saying that's all that Kante is, right? He has good performances. But when you actually rely on him, when you see Rodri on the opposite side, make a tackles, somehow getting away with everything. And I didn't even mention Anthony Taylor today, who was diabolical again. But like I said, the penalty early on was outside the box. Yeah, he should have booked a few Man City players, but does it make a difference? Probably not. So, hey. And I missed the super chat here saying by Paul JR. Cheers for the donation, bro. Saying, I'm so tired of the one-dimensional play. Werner running, Ziyech crossing, Mount past the Chilwell, no adapting at all. Mate, you saw Werner running? I just saw Werner dropping deep. That's all I saw. I'm telling you. Lucia, no, not Lucia Favre. Absolutely not. The ref was terrible. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. But the amount of players that Man City are missing, I tweeted this before, by the way, my Twitter is also down in the description at last 1507. But what was I going with? I forgot. Sorry. This is great when it happens live, and you just forget what you're trying to say. Oh yeah, I tweeted this before. Just because Man City were missing these players doesn't mean they're easy. Because people were looking at us as favourites all of a sudden. I thought we definitely wasn't. Hey, I was right. But bro, guys, I appreciate all of you that have tuned in. I really do. A lot of you came here to take the piss, and I get it. Hey, I get it. We have to take the piss. As fans, that's what we have to do. It's much more heartbreaking for me to watch the games. Honestly, I was hoping this game would be postponed because this is what I was scared of. This is why I hoped for the game to be postponed. This is why. This is absolutely why. But hey, we go again against Morecambe in the FA Cup if that happens, or against Fulham on Friday, January the 15th, something like that. But we should sign Pedro Neto. Well, I don't know. Timo Werner and Havertz were good players before we signed them, so who the hell knows? Thanks for the lows, yeah, bro. Hey, at least someone can laugh. So, guys, subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. You took the piss out of me. So at least give back a little something. Use the super chat function. Smash the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Just being honest here. So I'd appreciate that even more. Down below, link in the description. You can take the piss out tomorrow again if you use the super chat function, because I'm doing an in-depth analysis of this game over there tomorrow evening. But yeah, guys, I really do appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. Let me shout out our sponsors one last time. Get Football Manager 21 with a discount of 10% if you use the code BluesFansTV after clicking the link down in the description. And if you want to order any of the new Chelsea kits, any football merch, make sure you use the other link down in the description below and use our promo code BALLER for a discount at checkout. But to be honest, guys, that's it from me. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate some of the love, some of the support. Hey, we have to move. We have to move forward. It's upwards and onwards, no matter what. Whether it's Frank or not, whether it's someone else, we move forward. Chelsea's Chelsea FC, not Lampard FC, like it isn't for anybody. But it's closer to Lampard FC than anybody else. So if it does happen that he's sacked, it's going to be gut wrenching. It's going to be absolutely gut wrenching. But hey, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea. Drop a like, subscribe to my personal channel, and I'll see you when I see you.